I want you to watch this video before the next time you play ranked Rocket League. And the reason this is so important is because I was interviewing a former pro player about how to progress faster than everyone else. And the answer he gave me kind of shocked me, but it made a lot of sense. What he explained was the number one most important thing that separates the players who improve fastest, people who get grand champ after only playing the game for 500 or 1,000 hours, versus players who literally grind the game for 5,000 or 10,000 hours and stay stuck gold or plat. The biggest difference between these players is not mechanics, game sense, play style, or really strategy, tactics in the game. None of this stuff matters as much as how you think about the game. Some of you call this mentality, mindset, but the reason I think this is so underrated and not enough people talk about this is everybody's trying to focus on what's the mechanic they need for their rank, what should their play style be, or what should I focus on? I get this question all the time from my students, like, what should I focus on? And so in this video, I'm going over the 5 biggest mindset shifts, the tips I've learned, the way pros think about this game, and that I've learned from talking with pros behind the scene and literally doing coaching for a living. And I'm literally traveling right now, working remotely. I should be on vacation, but I'm so fired up because I think so many people just think about the game the wrong way. And so I want to share these 5 tips with you about how pros think about the game to hopefully help you improve faster, because so many players think they need one shiny object or this new play style, when the reality is if you just change how you think about the game, how you approach the game before your next rank session, what you're focusing on, the decisions you're making, you can progress literally 1 rank or 2 ranks higher than where you are right now, literally by changing nothing else other than how you approach the game. The reason I know this works is because I've used this stuff to literally solo queue myself to Grand Champ 3, the rank below SSL, while literally playing the game less than an hour a day because of, having to focus on work or making YouTube videos or whatever it is. And so I just want to share this with you because I think anybody can improve faster if they approach Rocket League the right way. So let's get into it. The first and maybe biggest thing on this list, for 99% of you watching, your mindset needs to stop being, I need to make plays, I need to score goals, and you want to switch your mindset to, I need to minimize my mistakes. Rocket League games are not decided by who makes the best plays or who scores the flashiest goals. They're decided by who makes the least mistakes. And the best example I can give you of this, if you know the game chess, board game, right? You're trying to move pieces to win. And one of the most common beginner mistakes in chess is the exact same lower ranked players make in Rocket League, and I see this all the time when coaching students. They think that to win the game, they need to be as fast as possible. In chess, they'll try to checkmate their opponent, win the game in 4 moves. Or in Rocket League, in Platinum or Diamond, they'll be trying to air dribble or flip reset right out of the gate, like right out of the opening. And what ends up happening is players are so focused on doing stuff that they end up doing way too much, overcommitting, extending farther than they should be, and they get scored on stupid overcommits in the corner and basically getting counterattacked right, and like beating themselves, okay? And this was like something that I took a really long time to realize because I felt like I just needed to play faster. When the reality is, for 99% of you watching, you just need to focus on making less mistakes. What do I mean by this? If you're SSL, at this level, players are perfect. Defenders are perfect. If you just throw a basic dribble into a shot, dribble into a flick, they'll save it, gain possession of the ball, and control it back. Or I'll give you another example. You slam it off their backboard. They'll aerial up, catch it on their backboard, they'll control it, and then they'll take it out, right? And so you'll just have given them the ball. But for most of you watching in Platinum, Diamond, Champ, if you just bang the ball above the opponent's net, players, on average, they'll clear it or make a save 50% of the time, 60% of the time, and the other 40 or 50%, they'll just get a bad read, and you'll just get a goal. And so if you can just focus on minimizing your mistake, stop trying to checkmate your opponent in 4 moves, right? Like beginners do, overextending your pieces, playing sloppy, and then getting counterattacked and scored on, simplify the game for yourself. I swear, all the way up to Grand Champ, your mentality should be, how can I play the cleanest Rocket League possible? Now, what I'm not saying is that you should just sit in net. Like, that's not clean Rocket League. What I mean is when you're in the corner and you're low on boost and you're 10 boost, stop trying to make a hero challenge and just dunk the opponent, and like 10% of the time you might get a goal, but the other 90%, like they just take a 50 or play the ball around you and you get scored on. Like, I'm talking about switching your mindset from desperate to patient. Before we get into the next tip, if you are Platinum, diamond or champ ranked watching right now and are 18 plus years old, you may qualify for coaching with me and literally my team of pros, like the stuff that inspired this video. Now, not everybody qualifies for coaching with us. I'll have a form linked, first link in the description below. But if you do, the promise is simple. Work with me and my team of pros, including ex-RLCS players, MVPs, even world champions, plus me at the end. 6 weeks, work one-on-one, and the promise is, if you qualify, we will guarantee you rank up, or we coach you free until you do. Literally, the risk is entirely on us. Now, the only reason we can do this is because we've coached over 100 players through this experience. The average student goes up well over 1 rank. We've had some students, like Month here, go up 5 ranks in 7 weeks. Now, that's not a promise of your results. Everybody improves different, and we can only do this guarantee for certain ranks that we know can improve quickly. My opinion, one-on-one coaching, the fastest way to improve at Rocket League. So if you'd like access to me and my team of pros to help you with your own improvement, click the link below. We can only work with 75 students at any given time, and spots go pretty quick. We're currently at 59 of 75 students, literally 16 or something spots left. Yeah, 16, I did the math right. And once we book out, you have to wait till a student graduates or somebody leaves the program, obviously for us to have more room. So if that sounds interesting, click the link below. There's a 5-minute video explaining how it works, a 60-second form that you can fill out to see if you qualify for coaching. Click that, and I hope to see you on the other side. I'm excited to potentially help you improve faster and be a bigger part of your Rocket League journey. Quick side note, I appreciate you guys supporting our coaching and the business because that's what fuels the channel. Literally, it's like my job, it's what we do. So it means a lot. Obviously, like watching these videos is more than enough. Working with me and my team of pros is expensive and it's not for everybody, but for the people who do, it is the best way to support this channel. It's the engine of what we do. So to everybody who supports coaching, I appreciate you, whether you buy coaching, whether you buy products, or you just watch the free videos. Thank you for trusting me to be a part of your Rocket League improvement, and I appreciate your support. With that being said, I'm so blessed to be able to do what I do, literally record a video, work from a hotel. I genuinely love what I do, and it wouldn't be possible without all of you watching. I normally don't cut into an advertisement to say things like this, but for those of you who are watching, really appreciate it. So thank you for supporting the channel, and back to the video. Point number 2 is to stop worrying about your rank. And this is not what you think it is. What I'm not focusing on like wanting to be a higher rank. I think wanting to improve and having like a certain level of stress, like I care about my rank, is good. I think a lot of people try to make this claim of like, you should only focus on improvement. Your rank doesn't matter. Your rank is a direct lagging indicator of how much you're improving. Now, it doesn't tell you exactly what you're doing wrong, but it's a useful reflection of where you're at overall in the game. You should stop worrying about the rank of your teammates and your opponents. What do I mean by this? So many students who come to me and are like, people at my rank, Luke, they're too passive or too aggressive, and I always have to play patient around them. They always ball chase. Or people at my rank always sit back and I have to cut in and I have to go for the ball all the time. And the reason I know this is all like mindset, psychological BS that's holding you back is because I'll get platinums who come to me and say, my rank plays like this. And then another plat comes and says the exact opposite. Another diamond will come to me and say, my rank plays like this. Nobody at my rank knows how to kick off. And I'll get another diamond player who says literally the exact opposite. People at my rank are always so good on speed flips, I can never win kickoffs. Like, there's so many stories we tell ourselves about players at my rank this. And the only thing that happens when you think this way, by the way, is you start bringing all of your limiting beliefs into the world. And so you start acting in a way that's not in accordance with reality, and your gameplay suffers and you play worse. So, and by the way, like I've probably coached more students than anybody in Rocket League. Like I do dozens of coaching sessions every week, and I'll get players who come to me and are like, everybody at my rank plays ball chases. And so I just have to play passive. And then what I notice about these players as they play, and this is what will happen to you if you think all your teammates ball chase, you start playing passive in all situations. You go, oh, my teammate's gonna cut here, I just have to wait back. Or I can't go for the ball, they're gonna be faster than me, they're gonna be first. Because you think everybody in your rank just ball chases. Like, this is what you tell yourself. And so you start acting in a way, you start manifesting that into your games. Classic example, people will be sitting in net because they're like, my teammates always miss. And the reality is their teammates only miss the kickoff 1 in 3 times, 1 in 4 times. So you should still be moving to the kickoff in a position you can still save it. Then the 1 in 4 times it happens will be like, see, I told you I was right. My teammates always miss. And then you psych yourself out, you tell yourself these stories, you confirm your beliefs around the world, inaccurately estimate what's happening in your games. And so you start saying, my teammate's always gonna ball chase, and you start sitting in net too much. You say they're always gonna miss kickoff, you start playing too passive. Instead, the mindset you want is to be reactive. You wanna be as flexible as possible. So you wanna be in a position where if your teammate misses it, you can turn and make a last second save. But if your teammate does make the touch, you're supporting them. You're at a reasonable distance, you can follow up, right? And actually make a play. But so many players tell themselves these stories why they must sit in net because everybody at gold or platinum misses the ball. And while there's some truth to it, like on average, yes, gold or plats miss the ball more than a grand champ or an SSL, that doesn't mean you should just sit in net the whole game. The longer players are stuck, the more they get these limiting beliefs. And so instead, you just need to approach each game as a clean slate. Say, I'm going to trust my teammate, but be in a position to, save it, be flexible. You know what I mean? And so when you approach your games, I want you to abandon this idea like my rank is like this. We all tell ourselves these stories. They are BS. People are at your rank because they ball chase too much. People are at your rank because they sit in net too much. You could get anybody on that spectrum. So instead, you need to approach each game with a fresh mindset and just take in the information. Is my teammate going for the ball? He's not? All right, I'll go. But I'm not going to ball chase too because I think everybody at my rank is passive. That's when you start making bad decisions. You need to respond to the information on your screen and not the information that you think is in your head about the way you know the world works or the way people play. Does this make sense? I hope this is helping. Point number 3 is to stop trying to play a certain play style. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in how pros approach the game. I'll get players who come to me, Luke, you know what you're talking about, right? Yeah, I kind of sometimes. You've seen people at my rank, should I be playing more passive or more aggressive? This, I think, is one of the worst questions you can ask and will actually make you play worse. The way to improve at Rocket League is not to play a play style, not be like, okay, I need to be more patient. Because what does that mean, right? That's just one blanket statement. If you do that, maybe you'll start winning. I don't know. Maybe you'll get lucky, but you're not actually improving skill as a player. Your mindset when you play the game should be, I'm going to take in the information on my screen. I'm going to make the best decisions based on where the ball is, where my teammates are, where the opponents are, right? How much boost I have. Your decisions should come purely from the information on your screen, not the stories you tell yourself or the stories your friends tell you. And when you think like, I just need to play aggressive, you will start early challenging in positions where the opponent is strong or has the ball and you should not be challenging. If you think, I just need to be more patient or I just need to be more passive, you'll play so passive that you miss opportunities when the ball is right in front of you. If you would have just like not had these ideas of how you should play the game, you would play better. And this is what just confirmed it for me. When I talked with pros, like one of the most eye-opening experiences I had was talking with a former pro named Shock, and he's actually the one who inspired this video. And he was like, I call it, he joked with one of his Two's teammates, Hoxer, who he plays with, and he was like, we call it the use your eyes meta, because so many people when they play Rocket League, they're just not using their eyes. I think you guys all know what I'm talking about. Like, you're just playing on autopilot. You normally go for the ball in this position, so you go for the ball in this position, but you're not really thinking. You're like, oh, I kind of have the ball here. It looks like I could set up an air dribble. I'm gonna set up an air dribble, but you don't look to see where the defender is, and he's like clearly coming over the top of you and dunking you, but you're just like moseying through your air dribble. Instead of thinking, I should play a certain play style, you need to approach the game and take in the information. This is just like chess. No two games of Rocket League are perfectly identical. If there's a certain situation happening, you need to use the information on your screen to make the best decision, not some like woo-woo, like you need to play faster or you need to play more patient. Anyway, that's just where I fall. That's what's worked the best for me. Anytime I've tried to tell myself I need to play faster, I need to play slower, that's not how it works, and it's never worked for me. It's never worked for my students. Like, you just tell somebody to do that, maybe they improve for 7 days, and they go right back down to where they were before because they didn't actually improve their skill. Instead, think about, I'm going to be using my eyes, focusing on the information on my screen, listening to boost sound effects, where people are. That is how you play your best Rocket League. Point number 4, this kind of goes with tip number 3. Stop trying to play fast or play slow. One of the most common misconceptions about how high rank players play and how pros play that I've actually learned the hard way as I've climbed to, Grand Champ 3 through Grand Champ and played many times in my Play with Pros challenges. I remember beating Atomic before he was like a mainstream pro, beating players like Arsenal in 2v2. Like, some of you guys will know these names. I'm not saying I'm by any means the best player, but I've learned that pros don't just play faster. They do, but it's not what you think. Your goal should not be to play faster when you play Rocket League. A lot of low-rank players think, I need to play faster, and so they're constantly jumping and wave dashing everywhere. They're speed flipping around the field, and they're basically just trying to do at maximum inputs on their controller. What this causes is just you being out of boost, you being too close to the play, you not being flexible, you're not positioning correctly, driving around a lot. You think you're doing a lot of things, but you're actually not impacting the game. And so here's the mindset shift. When you get in game, you are purely picking mechanics as tools. What do I mean by this? You're not going, I want to wave dash because I'm bored and I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to start wave dashing. Wave dash is a tool to increase your speed. And contrary to popular belief, you don't always want to be going max speed in Rocket League. I'll give you a common example. I was getting coached by a pro player named Kinsey, and one of the things he kept telling me is, Luke, you're playing too fast. And here's like a common misconception. People think, oh, you're going supersonic speed, that's good, you're playing fast. No, no, no. If you are going supersonic, it is harder for you to turn. Just think about this for a second. You're going supersonic and you need to hit a ball that's directly to your right. Like literally same point in place, but to your right. If you're going supersonic, the fastest you can turn is you're gonna zoom off in front of the ball, right? You know, supersonic is 10 out of 10 speed and sitting still is 0 out of 10 speed. You wanna be going anywhere between 4 and 6 out of 10. You wanna be moving at a reasonable pace that you could turn, but also accelerate further. But if you're driving every Rocket League game at 100 miles an hour, you're basically steering a deranged car and you're always gonna be ahead of the play, hard to turn, hard to react. Even if the ball's right in front of you, you might just overshoot it. And this is like a mistake I see constantly with lower ranked players. They think because it's better to play fast, they're zooming around the field in positions where it would be better to just wait. You do not play better by playing faster. You also don't play better by playing slower. You look at the play and you think, how quickly is the play developing? How quickly am I needed? Okay, that's how quickly I will approach. You time everything based on the speed of the game and the speed of the play, not based on fast is better, slow is worse, or some misconception like this. On average, the pros are playing faster, I guess, because they're using recovery mechanics, but they're just making decisions faster. They're not like their boost doesn't make them any faster than you. It's a common misconception that the pros play faster and you should too. That will ruin your rank, okay? And the last thing that you need to understand, if you want to improve over the long term, this is probably the biggest thing I can leave you with. Literally what separates the players who get to champ or grand champ in 500 or 1,000 hours and the players who grind the game for 5,000 hours and stay gold or plat, the difference is how much they improve and how focused they are per hour that they play the game. Now, this might sound obvious, but I need you to really think about this. The players who improve fastest, they're not playing a different game than everybody else. They don't have some access to some magic pill that makes them download information twice as fast. I mean, maybe they're naturally more talented. The truth is, those players are improving faster per hour, so they are more focused, paying more attention to what's going on in their games, learning from every moment more than most of you watching. And the reason some players get to Grand Champ or SSL in 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 hours, and some never get there, is because most players get on Rocket League and you actually aren't thinking, and I've done this too. The reason I know this is because I've done this too, and there was a period where I played for like 1,000 hours and barely improved at all, and then in the next 500 I shot up twice as much. The difference was I was going into my games and I wasn't focusing. I'm listening to music. I'm not focusing on learning in my lobby, playing the game and talking with somebody on Discord, or I'm talking to stream chat, and I'm not actually like taking in the information on my screen. When this happens, you are basically, what you're doing is you're playing on autopilot. And what that means is you're just doing everything based on habit. It's not conscious, it's all subconscious thought, which means it's all habit, which means you're not learning, you're not building new skills. For most of you watching, the way you improve faster when you get into games is intently focus. Like, look at everybody in your lobby, look at the more than just the ball, right? You get the ball, check where the opponent is, see if you can get the ball, control it, and check where the opponent is before you decide your play, rather than just deciding on muscle memory. Where's my teammate? Is he supporting my challenge? Because if he's supporting my challenge, it's safer to go. If he's off grabbing boost and I go challenge right now, bad timing. Most players, when they play, they're just focused on whatever's most like in front of them. They're half distracted. And if you can just simply think hard while you play, you will start to layer in new skills. Be the type of player that overcommits in the corner and then goes, something was wrong there. What did I not consider? I shouldn't have committed in the corner there because I was on 10 boost, and when I landed on the back wall, he could restart his dribble faster than I could recover. Okay, in general, I'm not going to challenge in the corner when I have less than 10 boost. I'm going to conserve that. I'm going to opt more for fake challenges. You will be the player that doesn't make the same mistakes twice. Players who are, and you see them all the time on Reddit, I'm stuck in platinum or stuck in diamond after 5,000 hours. What am I doing wrong? This is what they will literally ask. What you are doing wrong, I'll tell you right now, you're making the same mistake again and again. I don't know what mistakes you're making. You're making the same mistake over and over again. Because the players who get to SSL in 3,000, 4,000 hours, the players who get to Grand Champ in 1,000, 2,000 faster than others, is they're learning from their mistakes the first time. It's not that they don't make the mistakes, but they make it, they put their hand in the fire, like, that hurts. Not gonna do that again, that got me scored on. But players who stay stuck at the same rank are repeating the same bad habits without noticing them. And the first step to noticing them, or is to at least trying, is focusing on the game 100% while you play, not playing autopilot, half distracted, half listening to music. I'm guilty of this, reading stream chat. It's significantly harder to improve at the game when you're not fully focused. You will only maintain your skill level or improve very slowly. You're not gonna make big jumps in skill unless you actually focus on improvement. Those were the 5 biggest mindset shifts for me. I just felt so passionate about making this video. For most of you watching, minimize your mistakes. Stop focusing on making plays. Making plays things is what you need in SSL when your defenders don't make mistakes, okay? But at your rank, you need to focus on minimizing your own mistakes. That's what's costing you. Number 2 is to stop worrying about people at your rank. Stop telling yourself these stories, these psychological things. Instead, just view the game for what it is. Take in information, be pragmatic. Third is ignore playstyle thinking. I need to be more aggressive. I need to be more passive. This is BS. Stop trying to be fast or slow, kind of building on that point, like constantly moving around, jittering with your hands, twitching, fidgeting. You know, comment below like what mistakes you make. I know I'm guilty of this sometimes, jumping, wave dashing, flipping for no reason. Like flipping too much is a huge one. And lastly, being fully present while you play, because you're not going to improve at your fastest rate and be able to progress faster than the average player if you're half distracted, making the same mistakes again and again in your game and not actually processing or thinking. Those are like probably the most impactful things I've learned talking with pros behind the scenes. A little bit different style of video. I'm literally got a mobile mic. I'm in a Hilton in New York, like traveling. And, but I really want to make this video because I was just so excited to make it. Let me know what's most helpful in this video. And if you like this kind of more unfiltered yap, I'll put another video on screen here. I think I'm going to do this style more. Actually, if you guys like it, if you don't, I like this style of content. I'm going to do it more. I hope this was helpful. Click the video on screen if you want more like unfiltered rants to just help listen while you play. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Coaching link below. 6 weeks, work one-on-one with me and my team. Rank up, or we coach you for free until you do. 18 plus only, plat, diamond, and champ players specifically. Click the link below to see if you qualify. I'll see you in the next video. That was my piece. Bye, guys.